Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for stopping by my place where we hang out and have conversations about people in the entertainment industry. Now let's get ready for some Suga Talk. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to watch a video of Melody Shari Rogers going live on her Instagram sharing her experience while working on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm sharing this with my audience because it's important that you hear how this woman has been mistreated at her workplace. Part 1. Now let's listen as Melody tells her truth.
So I've spent a lot of time being silent and trying to sit a little bit, pray. A lot of y'all joined me on the Universal Fast, and that was amazing. And just overall clarity, right? Overall clarity. And it's been great, to be honest. Some of my team has been like, "Ooh, we don't know how much longer you gonna be able to keep being quiet, shoot, I was wondering if you was gonna be able to keep doing it." And I've been doing it. And that was a time. I posted a scripture the other day. There's a time for peace, there's a time for war. And I do feel like there's a time to be silent and there's a time to speak out. And sometimes as the Scorpio in me, I'll say, I will pull back, which you guys have been able to see a lot by way of this show. When I start feeling a different energy or a questionable energy, I will pull back and just observe. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to watch your moves. I'm going to see what you do, how you move, who you're talking to, how you're talking. And I'm going to just watch. And then from there, I'll be able to make the determination of whether or not this is something or someone that needs to be in my life or not, right? And so that's kind of what I've been doing. Sitting back, trying to see what hand people were going to play, what people were going to do, what they were going to say. And it's been interesting. It's been interesting. It's been disheartening. It has been saddening to an extent. But it's also been confirmation for me. It's also been confirmation for me just by sitting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all. I have not been watching the show this season. So I may have to rely on some of you all who have been watching to help me through maybe some things I missed or that I don't know that maybe made the cut or not. Because I just, honestly, I've only seen clips here and there. Sometimes I'll scroll on Instagram and I'll see clips of the show and I'll keep scrolling because I don't want to see it. But sometimes I watch the clips that pop up on Instagram. And so I have seen some of the clips. I have not seen one full episode this entire season. So y'all probably gonna have to help me some. But I can speak to and attest to the things that I was a part of that are factual, that I know to be facts. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start out with, and I'm going to tell y'all this right now too. This is not going to be a back and forth thing. It's not going to be a situation to where I'm going to speak today and, oh, somebody's going to say something tomorrow and, oh, Mel's going to come back and say something else. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not in the position, in the mood, in the realm mentally to do back and forth with people. That's not what I'm going to do. So I don't want you to think there's about to be some turned up anything because if anybody says something, Mel's coming back. It's not. I'm going to lay out the facts. I'm going to give y'all the receipts. I will probably do an extended at some point. An extended sit-down interview. That will be a one-time sit-down as well, 9 times out of 10. But I'm not doing back and forth with anybody. So I don't want y'all to think that that's what's about to happen because that's not what's going to happen. So let's get into it. I have watched this season of filming and the scenes I've been in and the clips that I've seen and I've been privy to. I've watched And the one word that I have come up with that I would use to describe all that has been going on and the people involved, there's one word which I've shared with my team months ago, and that word is delusional. The word is delusional. I'm like, they delusional. Like, this is crazy. I've never seen me firsthand someone who has been a victim of something be attempted to be made out to be the villain, right? Until this show. There are some parts that I will say due diligence was not done. Due diligence includes asking the other party as a production team, asking questions versus just running with what one person says. When you begin to do that and you begin to put out false narratives that you have not confirmed, that have not been proven true, right? Then at that point, you are putting yourself in the position of being liable for libel and defamation. And what I can tell you guys for sure is there have been a lot of narratives out that I wasn't even asked about. Didn't even know were being spewed or being said, and what definitely wasn't asked about. So when I look at and think back to clips that I've seen where there has been defense of behaviors, of decisions, but nobody asked me for proof that I could have easily provided, by the way. But now we're on the reunion stage and want to act shocked. Well, you should have asked me, the victim in the situation. I could have pulled the paperwork and showed you what the outcome was. But you didn't ask because you really didn't want to know. Because see, the truth wouldn't align with your agenda. I'm going to say that again. The truth would not align with your agenda. So instead of doing your due diligence and asking and being given the necessary proof to then change maybe the direction you were trying to go, you decided to stay quiet, you and your team, and not ask any questions. Right? But now we're shocked when the facts come out and I'm finally asked on the reunion stage, what we jumping up for now? This could have been asked. I could have been told you this. It's my, I can go pull the records. It's my documents. What do you mean? Okay. So that explains, this reaction for me explains why you guys felt comfortable to use this entire season of this show to downplay, to negate the facts, to run with things that, as you know, could have been true, could have not been true, but you didn't want to know the truth. And to build people up to think that maybe the other part was the truth. So everyone decided to have an opinion, but nobody decided to ask me what was what. Ain't that interesting? Then we get to finally another castmate coming out saying, oh, we've all known about this. It wasn't a secret. We all know. We've all seen, the guys have seen this video and they this and they that. Right? Now we hear that. So then it becomes a, bet. It becomes a bet. Because if they have been privy to and knew all along what the facts were, what the truths were, how is it that y'all had no problem spending an entire year acting as if you don't understand why there is a separation? Why you don't understand why there's no conversation? And speaking of conversation, let's be honest. I don't have a desire to converse with people who are actively, daily striving to destroy me. It does not matter who you are or what we created together in the past. I have no desire to do that. So if it's not about my children, there's not a conversation to be had. So even that narrative, untrue. There is no, oh, Melody acts this way here and then she acts this way. There no, Melody acts the same. Melody sits way over on another side. Way over there. Way over there. Way over there. What are you talking about? So no, unlike a lot of the people here, I don't put on for the camera. And to be honest with you, I think that's part of the issue, is that I refuse to just put on for the camera. Will I attempt to be cordial? Absolutely. Attempt to try to reconcile, depending on how far you've gone. That's the other thing. Depending on how far you've gone, how far you've taken it, and what true efforts you're giving. I'm open, depending on how far you've gone and what your efforts look like. Unfortunately, in this, what had been this situation for me, very few would be given that opportunity to be close to me again. Okay? And so, there's no, for me, there is no, hey, I'm going to be this way and then we'll be this way. Nah, I'm the same. Every place you see me at. Pull up, drop off, drive off if I'm doing that day. It's what it is. There's no conversation. But I get it. It fits the narrative, right? That Mel is just difficult and Mel is just fake and Mel's phony and Mel's this whole narrative that has been spewed into the minds of what were once castmates of mine by the producer. I'm going to say producers. And that seemed to be better than pushing the facts. You guys say there's never any reconciliation when it comes. You guys said there was never really any reconciliation when it came to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Do y'all think that people really wanted there to be? Production-wise? Because for me, I'm not on the outside looking in, I'm in. And what I'm going to say is there was no desire for reconciliation amongst the group. No desire for reconciliation. That's why when you watch television and there is conflict, there's conflict, there's a climax of the situation, and then there's a resolution, right? The resolutions never lasted because they didn't want it to last. Okay? I attempted to ease down the chaos. I mean, this season, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but I usually won't even let people in my house. I'll be like, it was only a couple of people that I would let film in my house. And they knew, because I would tell them, nope, these are the people right here, this person, this person, this person. They can come into my home. This is my sanctuary. This is my place of peace. They're welcome into my home, yes. But that's it. This season, I opened it up a little bit more, did I not? I did. I opened it up a little bit more. Right? Again, these are your attempts at reconciliation and trying to move forward and trying to get everybody back to that positivity Black excellence, so to speak, that we like to talk about, that I think people don't even be knowing the real definition of. And so let's talk about that right there. Let's talk about that first. I want to shout out some people I saw come in. I saw Braylon J come in here. I saw True T come in here. I saw Mr. Defy Gravity, Ivan. I saw you come in here. Hey, welcome, welcome. Y'all share the live. And I'm gonna sit here and take this thing slow, because one thing that I've learned is some people lack comprehension skills, and they'll listen to something, and I have heard things that I said and it became something totally different. And I'm like, that's not what I said. What? Well, how do they run a title like this on their YouTube channel? And that is not what I said. And so there are some people who do a great job, and it's some people who just lack comprehension skills. So I'm going to make sure we all understand, and hopefully this will decrease, some of that, okay? So I had a scene. Let me get this code on this phone. I had a scene, and the first thing I'm going to show you guys is just the start of a number. Right here. A start of a number. A start of a number. Okay? 256755, and I'm not going to say the rest, the last four. The date of this call was July 19th. Y'all see July 19th? July 19th. Okay, y'all see it? 256755 at 1:34 p.m. Let me go over and show you how long the call lasted. Now remember, this is call number 2 on the screenshot from my Verizon phone bill, number 2. So let's scroll over and get to call number 2. That's 21 minutes. Okay? 21 minutes. Y'all see that? That's 21 minutes, okay? So there was a 21-minute phone call that happened. Now, let me show you guys this. So remember that, July 19th, 21 minutes. Okay? And here is July. Can y'all see that? Let me tell you what it says. There's Friday, July 19th, scene 1 melody, 11:30 a.m., 106 Jefferson. Let's look right here. And I'm going to bring it together for y'all. But we got to do it right. There we go. There we go. July 19th. 11:30 a.m., 106 Jefferson, right? So let's go to Google and put in 106 Jefferson. So if that call time was 11:30, and then I made a call at 1:30 something that lasted 21 minutes, let's talk about it. I'm going to Google 106 Jefferson for you so y'all can see the images of what 106 Jefferson is. We're going to see if it looks a little familiar to any of you. Let's see. If it looks familiar. Can y'all tell me what that area location looks like to you guys? Can y'all see that? What space does this remind y'all of? Let me click a picture and make it bigger. This is the rooftop bar at 106 Jefferson. Hey, Jay Taylor. So this is the rooftop bar. What does that look familiar? I'm looking for y'all. What does that look like? What does it? If y'all who've been watching, what does that look like? I see some of y'all got it right. Absolutely. So, yeah, y'all got it right. Hey, Miss Deborah, 69 and Fana came in here. Yes, Miss Deborah. So a lot of y'all got it right. The one-on-one scene with Kimmy. Yes. So Kimmy and I have this scene. And when I first get there, right, I don't really want to talk about the stuff they want us to talk about. I actually didn't want to talk about it when we worked out here at my house. But let me tell you the task that was given to me. Hey, you heard about such and such? Yes, I've heard about it. Everybody knows about it. Well, none of them want to talk about it. And we ain't going to be able to not talk about it. So we need you to try to get her to talk about it. Because we can't not talk about it. It's everywhere. I'm like, but look now, if she don't want to talk about it, now I'll push a little bit, but I ain't pushing too much because I ain't doing it. But okay, I'll try. Great. So we had that here at the house. And if you notice, I tried to push just a little bit, but when I saw it was a total shutdown on it, it was kind of like not going to go nowhere anywhere else. I'm like, okay, cool. So then we have a one-on-one scene where I just showed you guys. And I really didn't want to talk about it. And I'm like, she don't want to talk about it. So I'm sitting here trying to be like, no, I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. You said you don't want to talk about it, and we're not going to talk about it. Right? But then the conversation continues to happen. So what I showed you guys was a phone call that took place that day right after. And I you know, the one who doesn't want resolution and who's like bitter and mad and angry and fake and phony and all this stuff. I called Kimberly and I said, hey, so I just want to let you know, girl, I do not care nothing about this stuff, no lipstick, no none of that. I said, you know, production got me asking y'all this and asking these questions. I do not care. We talked for 21 minutes. I just showed y'all the phone call. Her response to me was, girl, I already know. I already know this production. I said, girl, yes. I said, honestly, I ain't even trying to do no drama for real. I wish we could get away from the drama. We have a whole 20-something minute conversation. And I'm like, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. They're making me ask about it, but I really don't care. But you asked me in this scene not to mention it again. And I said, and I'm going to tell you what. You don't ever have to worry about me mentioning it again. And that's what it was. Conversation over. Ended well. No problem. No animosity. Nothing. Nothing. See, that's how you get to resolution, right? As a cast. So that is why y'all then saw a scene after that where she was welcomed into my home, not just in my garage this time. Because we had such a great combo, a 21-minute combo that I just showed y'all. So I'm like, yeah, she can come out and say, oh, you know, I told the production, I said, y'all know what, I'm going to make my Rotel dip. I said, they used to love when I made my Rotel dip, and I kind of want some anyway, too, so I'm going to make some Rotel dip. I made Rotel dip. Came to my home. We ate. She brought a bone to me. And even in that, I'm going to be real with y'all. I literally don't even be that mad for real about people. I know we've got to have conversations that somebody's got to tell it. I don't even be tripping on it like that. But it makes it interesting to me when I see a title of Melody is addressed about her double standard. I've never told anybody on this show not to bring social media to me. Never. Ever. I've never done it. So if you want to say a double standard would be me saying, hey, don't bring social media stuff to me, and then I bring social media stuff to you. That's a double standard. I've never told people what not to talk about when it came to me. Never. Now, there was some conversations amongst other folks, but I never said what not to talk about when it came, because I always felt like if I'm going to do reality TV, I want it to be real. I want it to be real. I want it to be authentic, because the audience can feel when things are real and when they're not. They can feel it. You can tell, and that's what makes scenes not make sense. Whenever 1 minute people are about to fight, and then the next week they're all sitting up in a crowd together, bunched up like a bunch of peanuts in a bag. That's when it becomes to the point where we're no longer doing reality TV. And now you are trying to maybe just be actors and actresses. And I when I want to do that, I go learn a real script for a movie. I don't come to reality TV to do that. So I'm a little different when it comes to that. And again, I think that's some of the issue, but that's fine. So comes in, we eat, have a conversation. Actually, when the cameras go down, we actually stay longer. Now, I have cameras up there in the room because we sat in my sunroom. So y'all know the little area where you can, I've shown y'all before, you kind of look outside and see my backyard. You see the trees and all that. Well, that's my sunroom area, and I have chairs there. And we kind of sat in there and talked.